And we're live. Hello, Elusive. Hello,
Evening.
Kitten. A little bit early tonight, only because, you're there. We were setting up, weren't we?
Yeah.
Doing our bits and pieces, and we saw you were live, and we were like, yeah. So we thought, well, won't leave you sitting there waiting in the dark. We'd just come in and kick it off with a.
Yes, we've had
How do you all?
thunderstorms till 3 o'clock this morning with fault lightning, and we've had rumbling all day, haven't we? We had rumbling all yesterday.
Yeah, thunder, lightning, rain, more thunder, more lightning, more rain. It's not stopped for the last 48 hours. Well, I'm just going to waffle general rubbish until
And tonight,
a few more turn up.
Kaz is on the Lily's passion fruit martini cider. It's very nice.
Mickey is on the Lily's mango cider. So, fancy something a bit sweet tonight. Didn't fancy a Guinness. So I thought, do you know what? Sod it. I'll have cider for a change.
We've been to our granddaughter's 3rd birthday party.
Yeah, 3rd birthday party today. Oh, she's growing. Blimey, they don't stay little long.
There should be 3 on Wednesday.
Yeah, Kitten, I do, mate. Well done, mate. You seem to have got it good up there for a change. All year long, I've been sort of looking at the weather and going, poor buggers up there, they got it rough. Yeah, it seems to be our turn to get our asses kicked by the weather. Thunder, lightning, oh, so very frightening.
Yeah.
Yes, but at the end of the day, yes, summer at last. Yeah, but I'm always telling people, I go, oh, look, it's summer.
Yeah.
Be winter tomorrow.
Yeah, her granddaughter, she got a bike from her other grandparents, and she's trying to pedal it around on the patio, and you get hearing rumblings in the distance.
Rumblings of thunder and lightning, yeah.
Hi, Ian, how you doing?
Hi, Lee. How you doing, mate? Ian Hillier.
Hello, Lee.
Yeah. How you doing, Ian? Hope you're both good. Thank you for joining us. There is a poll running tonight.
I love sunsets. Really.
I've had a couple of guys ask me if I'd do another survival story, so I thought what I would do is I'd stick a poll up, and yeah, we'll run that. And it's my first time I've ever run a poll, so we'll see how it works, see how it goes, see how many people are interested.
Is the lovely knife that Lee brought me to the camp. Look at that. I've actually been using it this week, and it's perfect for in my hand. It's just the right weight because I have to with my arthritis and that. But
yeah. So Lee Michelle, thank you very much for making my wife's day. Yeah, she's been cutting things left, right, and centre, chopping things up. Any excuse to whip the knife out and get busy with it. Absolutely fantastic.
I got Willow a little octopus toy, but the eyes were like googly eyes.
Yeah.
And I knew you were going to take them off, so I cut them off.
You were de-eyeballing an octopus.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. Kitten. Yeah. It's, do you know what? You get those days, don't you? You get days that you don't expect, and then the weather just turns out absolutely.
Oh, no, bless you. That is amazing. Yes.
Right, there we go. Kitten Killer. There we go. Kitten Killer G7Z. Yeah. There we go. So, what have I been doing? Do you know what? Just if I can remember what I've been doing.
Because he's going to be vegetarian for the next 5 days because he's staying at your mum's.
Yes.
He has had steak twice in the last few days.
Proteining up. Got a lot of walking to do over on the island. So going over to see mum, give her a hand for a week, keep her company and look after her. Yeah, just general sun things, if you know what I mean. It's those of us that have got parents of a certain age, you'll understand. It's not.
Yeah, your poll's blocking the messages.
Is it?
Yeah.
My poll's right. If my poll's blocking the messages, I'll end the poll now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, end poll.
You can put a thing. You click on it, you can dismiss the poll. So once you've done the poll, it disappears.
Yeah. Right. Oh, as far as we're concerned, we've ended that.
Yes.
Poll complete, 6 votes. Yeah, 83% yes.
Well, that's
No,
yes.
yeah, 16% no. Okay, no. So, yeah, the yeses have it.
Yep.
All right, so at least got an idea about how that works in future then.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
No.
That's a bonus, isn't it? We know how that works. So, I'm a bit all over the place this week. A little bit all over the place. Yeah, been running around granddaughter's birthday, getting set up, getting organised for that.
I was just looking to see where we
As
were
you
gone.
see up there, um, sending emails about autumn and winter camps, spring camps, getting set up for the way in May, planning for that. Mr. Pockets Outdoors, sorting out when I can budget for getting up to see him.
Yep.
Going up there. So yeah, it's a lot of.
I've got the your thing for Benny here, Lee.
Yeah.
I shall. I've got to send up a parcel to him anyway, so I should probably just put that in.
Yeah.
With ours, and I've got to send next week. I've got to send off John's parcel as well.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's postal time as well. So what we try and do, giveaways and things like that, we try and do our post once a month. It makes life a lot easier for us rather than doing them sort of every couple of days. So what we'll do is we wait till we got a whole batch together, go up to the post office, do it in a wonder, make sure everything's gone, and also it's the same for everybody. You know, sort of make sure we've got enough of a kitty and a budget to make sure all the postage is sorted. But at the end of the day, that's the sort of thing that happens. Right, so me, I've had a pretty good week. Tried to get some rest this week. Tried to allow the body to come back to its normal being. Did the One Night Survival podcast with the lads.
Seemed to go down well, didn't it?
It did go down well, and again, not an easy thing to do though. Not an easy thing to do because it's like doing this. I've come to the point where I no longer really plan it. I come in here, fire this up, and I just start talking. I watch the comments and that, and the comments are what lead me into what I'm going to be covering, doing, thinking about, and so on. Evening Yarps, and I allow it to be led that way. So, yeah, we were talking about um, adventures and the sort of adventures we've had in our lives, where it's taken us, the sort of things we've done, the crazy, the good, the bad, the ugly, the fun, the silly, and really, truthfully, I was coming to the decision, you know, are our adventures worthwhile? I was like, well, some adventures are just daft, aren't they? Some adventures are just silly. Some adventures are just what the hell's. But you know, some of those are the best ones. Some of the expeditions can be a nightmare, a challenge. But sometimes just getting out for an afternoon, just going for a walk, or just doing a random.
We've got a habit sometimes of just, when the money situation is fine, we just go say, we're going to go off and do a drive. We did that with a little Rover, didn't we, car? Yeah. We just bought the car. We thought, I wonder how much we put 30 quid's worth of fuel in it and see how far we got. Well, we set off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and by 8:30 we were sitting on the beach at Bude having fish and chips.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the little adventures, the crazy spur of the moment. Do you know what? Let's go and do an overnighter, or let's just go up the woods, or let's go for a drive. Some of those adventures are as important as the big planned adventures that you do. And again, one of the things you have to do is, you know, apply a bit of common to it. I mean, we're always organised in the car, anyhow. Yeah. We pretty much got everything we need. We can kip in the car if we had to.
We zip down to Kent sometimes to see the snow, and we might go do a bit of storm chasing in the UK.
Yeah, and again, as Lee Michelle said, it's being true to yourself. It's having that adventure. Just get out, have the fun. So, books. I'm back to books again. So I'm on this one at the moment. Right, I go through survival books like a beastie, right, and I'm probably, in all honesty, without wishing to be harsh, good 60% of them I end up giving away or throwing away.
Yeah.
One or two of them I've
Oh, Phil's
absolutely
got that one as well.
I burnt because they were junk, bad advice, bad ideas, or outdated advice. But that one there, if anybody can find it, is looking for a good survival handbook for yourselves, up to date, full of modern advice, and broken down in quite a sensible manner. Well worth a look. I've been working my way through it. It's the first one that really gets into sort of prepping your kit in a sensible manner. So yeah, it's all laid out like that. Absolutely brilliant. It is basically laid out on the lines of an MOD training manual. Um, it is now available.
Oh, you got the madhouse at the end of the world, end of the earth. Excellent.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have got it.
Excellent, excellent. So this one is who's the publisher? Penguin. Penguin is the publisher of that one. So yeah, Penguin Books, very very good.
When our son was, he found out he was having our granddaughter. We got him a manual, and it was actually written by a squaddy.
Yeah,
didn't it?
Royal Marine
Royal
Guide.
Marine. And what he'd done is he'd written a book about for dads how to survive babies and that. And it's the way he'd written it. It was like you're going out on a recce somewhere, and you've got the bottles, the nappies, and everything else like that. And several other friends of ours have had little ones, and we've bought their copy as well, and they all swear by it. So yeah, it's not just your survival for that they do survival
pockets.
That.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lee. There's now better than experience, but also for those that have no experience or are just starting out, decent guides are the way to help them have the confidence set forth. And I'm constantly updating my knowledge. I can't tell you the amount of times over the years that something that was a methodology I wouldn't use normally or a technique that was frowned upon at one point,
that's a good
all
idea,
of a sudden gets updated, changed, or tweaked a little bit, and it works out really, really good. So
good evening, T.
Again, the obvious is when we come back to tourniquets. Okay, 25 years ago, you so much as mentioned a tourniquet. Ooh, people screamed, pulled their heads out, thrashed themselves against walls. And now people are like running courses and actually doing it sensibly. Yeah.
He said that he's going to read the book. He's going to write a one-liner in it, then send it to you.
Yeah.
And then once you've read it, pass it on around the community.
Cheers, Ken. Good idea. Yeah. Good idea. That is the way to do it.
Good evening, Daz.
Evening, Daz. Hello, mate. How you doing? Right, an update. So the beaver is free.
Yeah, he's been released.
The beaver has been released. We joined a beaver releasing program, and we decided that beaver.
It wasn't fair keeping him.
Yeah, it wasn't fair keeping him. So we decided that the beavers are released. It was time to move on to the next theme, idea, and methodology, because it's only so many beaver puns you can take, to be honest with you. The first couple of weeks was
evening, Chris.
It was wonderful, but now it's sort of got a little bit another beaver pun. So one of the things I'm going to throw out to you guys is name the camp. Yeah. Autumn winter camp. Give it a title. Give it a name.
Start camp. Oh yeah.
You start throwing up the ideas, and remember, keep it clean. Bear in mind, young people might be watching this. No beavers. Okay.
Yeah. Beavers.
I'm sick of beavers. Yeah, but throw up some ideas. So it's going to be an autumn winter camp. Will be the next one for those hardy souls.
Yeah, Lee Robert was saying that he's got an Arctic sleeping bag, which is actually used in the Arctic, so he's not going to be worried about the cold.
I know I'll be curling up with them.
Tonight, Kaz is on the Lily's passion fruit martini cider, and it's rather nice.
And Mickey is on the Lily's mango cider, and I'm enjoying that. Mm.
It's very drinkable for 3.5%. Oh, ha, ha.
Ice sticks. How you doing, mate? Yeah, so the name the camp. What's it going to be? What's people going to come up with? Uh, we can have all sorts of things like the winter rubbing the wood camp, no, friction.
No, you're not a friction camp. Not with you.
Yeah, the friction freedom camp. Yeah, see what you can come up with. I can't actually think of anything, to be honest with you. My mind has drawn an absolute total blank. Well, I'll tell you what then. Let's read you a short story of survival. Why not? What do you reckon? Nice short story.
The squirrel's frozen nuts camp. Bodil Freedom Camp, yeah.
Freedom Camp. I like the idea of that. So,
out in your thermals camp.
So just a short one for you. Blake Stanfield, 38, and his 65-year-old father. Neil endured being trapped beneath river ice, encounters with bears, and 4 days and nights in the Alaskan wilderness without food. These two gentlemen survived thanks to a good survival skills base and knowledge of the local area and an abundance of water and firewood. Father and son were dropped by float plane on the 6th of June 2003 at a remote point on the Kukoyak River deep inside Alaska. They planned to spend 7 days rafting approximately 90 miles to the town of Bettles. The trip had hardly begun when disaster struck. The raft crashed at speed into a massive ice sheet, throwing the pair into the freezing water. They were both caught by strong currents and pulled under the ice. Somehow, Blake was washed ashore, and he used a spruce branch to haul his father to the riverbank. Blake quickly realised that Neil was close to hypothermia, and so used his waterproof lighter to light a fire of sticks and pine needles. Far from rescue and with their supplies lost, and no one expecting their return for the next 6 days, their prospects looked bleak. With night approaching, they managed to rig a shelter. Next morning, Blake decided to hike the 65 miles to Bettles to get help. On Sunday, his progress was brought to a halt by the confluence of 2 large rivers, the Tinguiac and the Kukoyak. However, Blake realised that he had reached a landmark on the flight path of supply planes that frequently fly into the interior, so he built a signal fire and waited. 2 days later, a pilot spotted him and radioed his position to the US Army base 200 miles away in Fairbanks. That pilot then dropped him a 2-way radio and some emergency supplies. The pilot then continued, after conversation on the radio, upriver to find Neil, dropping him a sleeping bag, tent and supplies before radioing his position to the army. Both men were picked up the next day. Both of them were exhausted, malnourished, close to hypothermia, but alive. Nice, simple little story there. Now, what saved him was skills and knowledge, knowing the area. He knew that joining of those 2 rivers was one of the landmarks that the light aircraft used in the area. The other thing that saved them was the fact that in Alaska, it is almost a legal requirement that aircraft carry emergency gear. Okay, they're constantly sorting for that situation where somebody's lost, somebody's in difficulty, and if you do locate them, it's having that equipment to literally open the window and drop it to them. That saved their bacon. The decision to hike the 65 miles to Bettles, in my book, it always comes back to that as a bad decision. But what could you say about this? If they'd stayed where they were, would they have been found? It's unlikely. So it is one of those occasions when getting up and hiking.
Sometimes they tell you to stay, don't they? Sometimes they tell you to move.
99% of the time it's stay put, especially if you're around a vehicle, aircraft, and so on. In this situation, they didn't have that. So using local knowledge and that, hike down the river and just having luck, and that being the other thing, luck that you ended up at that point. But it was the knowledge to be able to signal, the knowledge to have waterproof lighters, to have that basic small amount of equipment on their persons. All their other gear was gone. Okay, um, so yeah, that's where it comes into it. It's a lot of luck. It's having a bit of thought and a little bit of preparation. I mean, we can all sit there and say, well, if they'd had their gear better sorted and all the rest of it, they'd have had it on the bank with them. But thrown into a river off of a raft, yeah, it's everything's gone. You're only ever going to protect yourself, and just the fact of a waterproof lighter that saved the bacon. Um, so that brings us into um, the what to do situation, and the way the way I like the way they've planned it in this book, and it's a methodology that I would use, which is basically how I think about it. I'll talk through it. Okay, is that sort of diagram of what to do. So, you know, you start at the top. Are you in danger? Right. If it's no, if you're in a group, try to help anybody else who may be in danger. Is it a yes? Then get yourself out of it. If it's the elements, find immediate shelter. If it's animals, avoid confrontation, move away from the danger. If it's injury, stabilize condition, apply first aid. Okay. Then it comes down to, does anyone know that you know you are missing and where you are? If it's no, no one knows you're missing or where you are. You need to notify your people of your plight by any means at disposal. So signalling, smoke, laying out SOSs on the ground, whatever you need to do. If it's yes, yeah. If you're missed, a rescue party will most certainly be dispatched to find you. Make yourself noticeable again. So those two pretty much go together. Yeah. Coming down to the next one, do you have means of communication? Okay.
Good evening, Bob. I like that one.
And it comes down from that further down, further down, further down, and it's that thought process, and that's one of the reasons why I do like this book. It breaks it down in a military manner, and the book also covers the 4 or 5 main environmental areas. Okay, it's
Bob's in the house.
Yeah,
Mac's
Bob.
in there as well.
Hello, Bob. Mac. Hello, mate. Yeah. So having that, and again, most of us have this knowledge already. It's just nice to refresh yourself occasionally. When was the last time that I got dropped into a desert or found myself in an Arctic environment? Okay, I've trained practices, have the skills. When was the last time I used them? Well, probably 20, 30 years ago. So,
hey up, Benny.
Again, it's going back to
things. A few more days and the baby's due.
Which book is it? It is the Royal Marine Commandos Survival Handbook. Okay, absolutely brilliant book. I mean, sits alongside my Lofty Wiseman books. It's, in actual fact, get it right, Nick. Survival Handbook in association with the Royal Marine Commandos Endurance Essentials for the Great Outdoors. If only you could come up with a more snatchy title.
Benny, that's the Thursday is our youngest son's birthday, and Wednesday is our granddaughter's birthday. So your daughter's due on our son's birthday.
Right, a couple of thank yous. Also here to Bushcraft Steve. Thank you very much for the mention in your video last week or this week. Really appreciated that. Yeah, can't thank you enough for that, mate. And anybody that knows him, or if you even haven't come across him, Bushcraft Steve. That is Bushcraft STE. Dive over, have a look, show him some love. He's going through a bit of a rough time at the moment, and he could probably do with a little bit of support. Life's a hobby. Owen, peace be upon you too, brother.
He's got himself a channel now. It's Kitten Killer little dash G7Z.
Okay, don't. Yeah. Should go and show some support and love there.
This is what the lovely Lee Michelle brought me back from the gift for me for the camp. Nice knife.
Yeah. So Kaz has got a new chopper.
I've been using it.
Yep. Yep.
I promised actually to show Sticks axe throwing because I was going to take my axe but I didn't go to the camp this time.
No. No, she's pretty good at axe throwing actually.
Or
really
catapults.
And catapults. Yeah, the catapulting. So when we got back, one of Yarps's, God knows how, one of Yarps's waxed balls ended up in my pocket from his catapult.
I would like to know. You'd like a copy of that book? I think you can probably get it on Amazon, or if you look on eBay on things like World of Books, they often have them as well. So it's worthwhile.
There is an ISBN number, and it is price marked $12.99. Okay, so
it's made. It's Penguin is the publisher.
Penguin is the publisher.
He said, "Can you hold it up for a second?" Good evening, Janet.
Hi, Janet. How you doing? There we go.
Very good, thank you.
Focus there.
Did you want to see the back of it? Thanks,
lovely. Lovely. Yeah, it's a brilliantly written book. It's really well laid out. Absolutely tons of advice. The scenario setups, and it even, for people like me, it even has pictures. Yeah. So.
Well, that wasn't sorting your fish out.
But they're already coloured in, unfortunately. Yeah, it's brilliantly laid out. Absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly enjoy it. Janet. Yeah, so we've got Janet's with us, Kitten Killer's with us.
Living La Vue.
Yeah, Living La Vue. So that's a good title. Yeah. I like that. Living La Vue. Yeah. Do like my La Vue. Excellent. Excellent. So
will you be using it at the winter?
Yeah, camp? I will. I'll probably be hot tenting in it.
You take your stove thing, you doodah.
I will take my stove doodah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's got a 3-legged stove.
Yes. Yes.
It stands up though, okay, doesn't it? It gets really warm.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's what we're doing winter camp. So we're doing an autumn and an autumn/winter camp. That'll be interesting. It will be. My advice there is be prepared for the winter. Yeah, it's be prepared. The hill itself that we're on, as the guys that were there the other night found it.
Well,
it tends to face into the predominant winds. So we're halfway up a hillside. Yes, we've got a little bit of shelter from trees, not a lot, but the wind will be blowing upon you pretty much the entire weekend.
Don't be surprised you don't wake up with a fox in your tent.
Yeah, fox will be curled up with it, old Limpy. So the plan will be there, exactly the same format as we've done so far. So I'll be there from the Friday morning, get the camp set up, or the basics of the camp set up. And then it'll be, turn up when you turn up, bring your sleep system with you, your camp system with you, and enjoy. I'm in the process of chatting to Gareth at the moment and trying to find us a weekend that they're not using the woods so that we can get in there. The other bonus with that, of course, is the winter will be here. The fire risk will be lessened. So, it's you'll be able to set yourselves up. So keep yourself warm.
I've got a couple of pictures. I didn't realise it went to the wrong folder, and it's got a fantastic picture of the fire. And you see the 4x4 on the side of it, and there's a nice picture of all of you in the background.
But that's it. Gareth and the guys at 4x4 Tours and Training would like me to pass on a thank you to you guys. They were very impressed at the state of the woods after the camp, the fact that there was no rubbish and we'd replenished the wood pile. Which they really appreciated. And on top of that, I would like to say a big thank you. We pulled out that woods. There was minimum work for me to do. All I had to do was pack my kit up. At the end of the day, have a quick stroll around, make sure everything was sorted, and everybody's spot was squared. There was literally
nobody left anything behind.
Nobody left anything behind. Excuse me, get rid of a nicotine pouch. No, it was immaculate. It was yeah, I was so impressed. It was like I'm proud. That's the right words for it. I was proud. My community came,
Think,
spent 3-4 days in the woods. You left.
yeah.
There wasn't a mark.
And you had the pulled pork and your beef stew and
Yeah, yeah, not a mark.
even
No,
had donut, crumpets and dumplings.
well, you've got to have crumpets and
Not
donuts.
crumpets, scones. Oh, that's crumpets. Scones.
Yes.
Hi,
And,
CJ.
yeah, yeah.
I
And,
didn't get. I get a whiff.
what did everybody think to Jason? Jason doing his little
That was good.
his
Yeah,
little
with his biscuits. He said it's
yeah,
really hard to open a packet of biscuits when you only got one hand.
yeah, yeah. He was it. That was his reply to John Kennedy because they were having a bit of a ding dong the other week about biscuits and gravy.
Yep.
Now, hard for me because I've had biscuits and gravy, and I actually like biscuits and gravy. So I have to sort of sit there and bite my lip a little bit. Obviously, it's yeah.
But yeah, even Rodder's clotted cream as well and strawberry preserve. God dear. It
Yeah.
was one.
Yeah, what happened to the scones, the clotted cream, and the jam? Because I have one.
Yeah. I didn't get. I saw the jam. I've got the jam.
Yeah.
Not that I can. Yeah. Oh, and Yarps. Thank you. I really love my Frere Rocher because I did so well this week, losing £9.5. I had some this week, so that was my treat because I knew it was in the cupboard, and I thought, right, that's my. If I be a good girl, I can have some of my Frere Rocher.
£9.5 this week.
So I'm heading on to the 2.5 stone now in the last 3 months. So yeah,
She's doing well. Doing well. Round of applause. Well done, guys.
thank you.
And again, that's also the support of everybody. I mean, it's like Kaz says, she's never in her life has she ever felt
Thank you,
happy
Dad.
sharing that sort of information with people.
Yeah.
But within the community, she feels safe, secure, and hopefully all you do as well. And especially
talking on this, I didn't think I'll ever do this.
And especially the ladies. That's one thing I will say about our community. We may all be a bit rough around the edge, but you know, any of the ladies that want to come to the camp know this much, right? We may be a bit rough around the edges, but we are all gentlemen, and every single one of the blokes there will be as gentlemanly as you would expect. If, as I say, a bit rough around the edges, but so Janet, if you want to come along, you're more than welcome. Yeah.
I did find it funny on the video, your video, when you got the wildlife camera in the black and white, and you go off, and then the fox comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, which just goes to show that they're around all the time. Wildlife's around us all the time.
There's quite a few deer up there, isn't there?
Yeah, the wildlife up there are quite used to us. So they just bimble around left, right, and centre.
Thank you, T. Yeah, it does.
T, well done.
I've got to. I need to have a double knee replacement, and of course I'm too heavy. They said no. You got to lose weight. So yeah.
And I think one of the driving things for Kaz was when they said, "Oh, you know, you got to lose a bit of weight. We'll replace your knees." The way one of the nurses looked at her like, "That ain't gonna happen," and
I said, "Right, I'll see you next year."
Right, see you next year, and that's it. So that's what we're driving towards, and she can do it. She can do it.
Yeah,
and she will do it. Yeah.
Frozen chicken
in his mouth. I'll tell you what,
we're around here. I mean, Mac he feeds his bourbon biscuits.
Yeah, sophisticated foxes.
Our foxes used to get leftover roast because we didn't have any dogs at the time, and Willow won't eat roast potatoes anyway, will he?
No.
Yeah, we used to get Chinese out there.
Yeah, we normally through I don't like to feed them so much through the summer. I like to be self-reliant. There's plenty of food out there for them. But in the winter, I normally start helping if it gets really tough, Same
And
as
the
do with the
birds.
birds. Help the birds, help the foxes. And last year we actually got to the point where we had 3 foxes, and one of them was actually coming out and yapping up at the window.
Yeah, if you
It
didn't
was
come out,
literally, if there was nothing there, he was up. Where's my scoff? So at the end of the
a
day,
lot of local people. We were hiding the fact that we were doing it because we didn't want the name. Because some people don't like the fact that some people feed foxes. They don't like it. They think they're
yeah.
dangerous and
Oh yeah, we got that. It'll
oh,
carry my baby off.
it'll kill my child or it'll kill the cat. And yeah, but so we were doing it. He was doing it sneaky,
Yeah.
and then one day he saw the neighbours doing it, and they got to the point that across from us that the fox was eating out of their hand.
Yeah.
And we were doing it so crafty, you know. Is there
So we got
outright?
the realisation now that the foxes have evolved. We actually have 2 completely separate species of fox in the UK. We have the urban fox, which over the generations has learnt to live alongside us in the urban environment. And a friend of mine is a keeper, and he's recently, well, say recently, over the last 10 years, he's had a situation where organisations have been trapping town foxes and releasing them into the wild. And one of the areas they've been releasing them is near his shoot. Now, he's quite keen on foxes. He likes foxes. He doesn't like them in his pens, but other than that, he likes to have them around the shoot because he says they got their role, they got their place, they keep the vermin down and all the rest of it. But what happens with him is he ends up with urban foxes out there, and as he said, it's heartbreaking to see an urban fox starving to death.
They haven't got
because
a clue.
they don't know how to survive in that environment. And he said he's probably shot more foxes in the last 10 years that are basically dying through starvation and malnutrition than he's ever had to deal with in his entire career.
On Friday, there was a post from the Guildford community, and Guildford's about
14 miles.
14 miles away from here. So I'm going, oh, look, today I got a picture of a baby otter in my garden. I went, that's a mink. That is not. And so I went, oh, how cute. I went, no, they're not. They're murderous. They will kill things for the pleasure of it. There's the moorhen babies, the geese, the ducks, the waterfoals. Nothing is safe when you've got a mink.
Baby otter, it's a mink.
Really?
Yeah.
You go, oh, it's so cute. No, it's not.
Yeah, Kate and I agree. Yeah, in the summer,
they do feed from the same bowl.
Live their natural life and do what they've got to do. But in the winter, if it gets really harsh, give them a little bit of help. And again, I don't feed them a lot. No. One of the things I'll do is if it's really tough,
put bone out from them and eggs,
bit of scraps,
old eggs,
old eggs and dog food. You know, even the dried dog food, again, that's full of the natural oils, vitamins, minerals that their bodies can process.
Yeah, we get one that the dogs didn't like to eat, but that's what we used to do.
Yeah,
a handful.
That's it. Well, we're into we're into the autumn now, or we're right at the beginning of the autumn. If you want to go through the old traditions,
a few weeks and we're in October again.
So
the horrible.
The temperature is drawing in. We will get. I expect we'll get a couple of little hot spells now before the end of October. But yeah.
It amazes me when you see the fox cubs playing on people's trampolines in the gardens. It's so funny.
Well, they're quite an intelligent, sociable animal.
Or what was it? Squirrels with kids' balls that are left in the garden. And the squirrel would jump on this ball that's on top of a trampoline, and it would go over, and this ball was running it over, and it would pick itself up, and whee.
Well, that's it. Wildlife animals get pleasure. They have as much, and the way they don't communicate the same way we do, admittedly, but animals feel pain. They have a sense of humour. They get pleasure from things. They play. I watched jackdaws playing on a kid's slide, and it was the craziest thing in the world because it was just this jackdaw was sliding down the slide, hopping off, flying back to the top of the slide, and doing it. And within 2 days, there was half a dozen of these jackdaws literally queuing up to go down this slide. And you could see on their, it was just literally, they were doing it because it was fun.
We used to get the old half coconuts, put a string through, and then pour the old fat and the any seeds that were left, and the old fruit and that, and put it in that and hang it up for them.
Yeah, and it's again. I think we have a responsibility, don't we, as human beings?
Taking away their habitats,
and as outdoors people, we're close. We're close to nature. We are close to the environment. If you've been out wild camping in the winter, you know how cold and harsh it can be, and you've got all the bonuses of modern equipment, clothing, fire system, tentage, sleeping bag, so forth. The wildlife has got to manage as it can.
Yes, squirrel launcher.
Yeah, so you get that little bit of a connection with it. And the pleasure is in allowing ourselves to be part of nature again. Yeah, feral. We are all feral.
When you used to have the rangers used to have like bird tables and that.
Yeah.
And he used to put up strings and hang the bird feeders so that squirrels couldn't get them. And as they learned, he'd put like the plastic lids of the fat ball tubs with the hole through the middle, so they have to try and get past that to get to the next
challenges. And it became a game. Something I thoroughly enjoyed. I had one bird feeder that I set away from everything so they couldn't jump to it, because I wanted to set it up for the smaller species of birds. So I set it up about 8 feet off the ground, nice little feeder, nothing that the squirrels could grip, away from everything that they could jump to, set up on a really highly polished metal pole. And it started getting raided. And I couldn't figure out what was raiding it. I mean,
you put the butter up, the margarine up the...
They were shinning up this pole. So I was like, I'll catch you buggers out. I came home, spoke to Kaz. We went and bought a really cheap pot of marge. One of these big catering jobs, but it's cheapest stuff I could find. And I went out and I smeared this pole with margarine. And it worked for about 2 weeks. All you see squirrels with like a greasy stain on them, or they were waterproof.
Or they go...
or you see them hop up it and then just slide down it. And then every evening, before I went home, I'd just give it another greasing. And then all of a sudden, the margarine started disappearing. I mean, I would grease it in the evening, come in the morning, and the pole would be absolutely clean, and I couldn't figure it out. And I had a night shoot, and I got the unit on night shooting, and obviously you're not allowed any light, affects the night vision or rest of it. So I'm sitting there in the dark, in my office, on my Todd, window is open, and as I'm looking out, this roe deer just walked up to the pole, and I kid you not, it literally stuck its tongue at the bottom of the pole and went, like that. And it was a roe deer, and it was coming in every evening and licking all the margarine off this pole. That's like great.
So you had trouble with the grey squirrels. They even put metal plates to stop the squirrels eating back of the hole. Yeah. So what they started doing was eating the bottom of the boxes, didn't they?
They're clever. They are clever.
They're rather keen on baby blue tits, aren't they?
Yeah, little shits for that sort of thing. And again, it got to the point where, unfortunately, me feeding the birds was pulling in the squirrels from the surrounding area. Within 2 years, literally sort of every 2 or 3 months, I'd have to set up out there and do a bit of a squirrel reduction. And that's where I got
They're clever, because one day they were eating through the food on one of the bird tables too quickly. So what he did, he got a piece of bread and he stuffed it right into the bottom of this china mug, didn't you?
Yes, far down as I could get it. Yeah.
Stuck the mug back on the table, the bird table. Of course, the squirrels come in and they're trying to get to it. And then in the end, this one went up and he looked at it, so looked down the bottom and went like that, and it smashed the mug to get the bread out.
On the other side of the coin, people say they're intelligent, and they do show intelligence. But I've also seen a squirrel with an apple in his mouth trying to climb a tree, but his little front arms don't go around the apple. And I watched it, and it was an absolute picture of frustration, because he spent about 5 or 10 minutes struggling to get this apple up this tree. He tried everything he could, try pushing it, and he literally push it up with his little hands, and then he, oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this. Then he'd hold it in his mouth. He's like, I can't reach the tree. And then he'd try and go up backwards and drag it behind him. But again, he can't use it. Oh, it was hilarious.
Tommy's in the room.
Tommy, how you doing, mate? Hope you're feeling a bit better today. And I hope it's all going good. I'm not going to say too much because obviously we can't. But hey, how's the insects? I did warn you. I said it was, yeah, gets dark and the volume goes up. So, it's good
They're
to see you, mate.
though, aren't they?
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. I hope you and the guys are all good, mate, and all happy. Yeah.
I still haven't heard. I sent a message.
Evening, Ali. How you doing? Thank you very much,
Ali.
mate. Poke your head through the door and saying hi.
Have you got over last week because you just come back from that major route, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, we did enjoy that. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it, Ray? If you've got chickens, foxes can be stinkers. Yeah. It's one of my dad always said he had no problem with the foxes, but if they come into the chicken run, then that's one less fox.
I'm good. I'm glad you covered. Yeah, we were noticing all the starlings. Everyone's TV antenna on all the houses was just covered with rows and rows and rows of starlings.
Masses of starlings the last couple of days. Excellent, mate. Glad you recovered. Glad you're ready for the week. Is everybody ready for the week? Is everybody ready for the week?
It's just me and Willow this week.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caroline's on her own this week. So I'm away. I'm going to go over to the Isle of Wight, help my mum.
He's got to live on cabbage and
lentils.
And more lentils. So just stay away from the island. It'll be a bit windy this week.
Yes. So Kaz has promised me a tomahawk steak.
Yeah, I said that when he comes back, I'll have a
Friday night
or a porterhouse at least.
Ooh, I'm going to need that. That's going to keep me going all weekend. So whilst I'm over on the island, I'm not going to be able to do any video this week. So I do apologise. But what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to get out for a couple of walks. There's a little woods over there called Firestone Copse.
That's nice over there, isn't it?
It is a beautiful little bit of woodland in the middle of the Isle of Wight. And I'm going to go for a wander around there. So what I'll try and do, I'll see if I can find anything interesting. I'm going to take the GoPro with me.
Are you going to go up to that tower again?
If I get a chance to, it's all down to how much time I can get out to do it. But my mum's found me a couple of walks out there. She said I might like to do. So I'm going to go.
It's not like you can get really lost. You've only got 21 by 14 miles.
Yeah. Well, my goal, a red squirrel. Yeah, I'm going to endeavour to film a red squirrel.
They're quite small. They're smaller than
they can be tricky little buggers to film. And I could go down to the local park, and there's a few down there that are fairly tame. But I don't want to do that. It seems like it's cheating to me. So I'm going to get off into Firestone Copse, and I'm going to see if I can film them in there, see what I can find. I'm also going to have a look at the fruit, because the Isle of Wight sits just into the channel at the Solent, and it's got its own microclimate. And one of the things I'm interested in looking at is how different the seasons are, how it varies. It's surrounded by seawater, a little bit warmer, a little bit windier. Yeah, that would be...
your mum's plants, they grow so much better, especially fruit trees and tomatoes and that. They just... go mad.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that and getting out into that. So you might get a few shorts up this week, and then might chuck a video up for a week.
Our Shih Tzu, he'd rather have a carrot. Than
F.U. crew, hiya. How you doing in Chicago? I hope the weather's good over there for you. It's been absolutely awful here. Yeah, you did. You certainly did, Pocket. So I got the video. So that's going to be my week this week. Yeah, numerous little jobs around the house for my
Yeah.
mum that she can't do herself, and that. Try and get her out, see if I can take her out for a meal.
What
Yeah,
I'm going to try to do is while you're away, I might take my big scooter out and go into town with that because I've got a 30-mile radius on the big one.
yeah, yeah. So if there's anybody on the London to Portsmouth train tomorrow, might just find me.
Yep.
Kipping, Kipping. It's great. It's a good route going down because literally the train's it's the end.
And using the veterans card made it a lot. Over it, you got
Yes.
open return for a month, and that was £54, and that goes
Yeah.
right over to the island. It goes right to Ride itself, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
I will say to anybody out there that's a veteran, apply for your veterans card. Right. You get your veterans card, you can get your veterans rail card. Okay, that veterans rail card so far this year. Bear in mind, I do have to go over there quite often.
You paid £20, was it? For
Yeah,
the
has
veterans?
saved me somewhere in the region of a couple of £100,
Mm.
and every time I use it, I can actually take somebody with me and score them a discount as well. Yeah, so it's for that alone, it's worthwhile. Millets, Go Outdoors, and a couple of other places they do a discount on it.
Yeah.
Halfords do a discount with it.
Yeah.
So it is worth having. It is definitely worth having. And it's free at the end of the day. It's just an online form.
I thought you had to pay something.
No, that's for the veteran for the rail card.
Oh,
The actual
yeah,
veterans
yeah,
card is
yeah.
free. So basically, all you're doing is you're sending off a picture of yourself, giving them your old service details basically and the address where you live, and they'll send that to you, and that's valid for 10 years. And the only reason it's you've got to update it after 10 years is obviously the
Well,
photographic
especially
ID.
if you can't drive or you need to use the train service, anything that saves you a bit of money is great.
Um, right, so the Cujo, the veterans card, basically Big Brother knows where you are. Yeah, I can understand what you mean there, but also any bank card or any other form of card, driving license or anything it does, the veterans card has no chip on it. Okay, it is literally just a veteran's ID card. There is no chip, there's no magnetic strip, there's nothing like that. Okay, so basically, they've already got your details, mate. They know where you are. Okay, it's one of those things, quite simply, through so many other means. But at least it gets you a bit of a discount.
Yeah,
Okay,
these day and age, when if you we looked at taking the car over. Usually, if I go with him, then
yeah,
obviously I can use my blue badge. But to take our car over there just for the 5 days, it was £190.
yeah, yeah. And let's
That's
face it, they at the end of the day, I know people get a bit worried about being tracked and ID and
yeah.
all that, but with facial recognition systems these days, you've only got to walk past an AMPR camera,
That's good rescue crew.
a CCTV camera. Okay, it will find you. So at the end of the day, just grab what you can out of it. And if you're not hiding, got nothing to hide. There's nothing to worry about.
FU crew
FU
saying
crew,
that,
I like that.
and that's brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, that is brilliant.
It's like if you drive if you travel around in London, it's the buses and the trains and the tubes are so much cheaper. When you come out of London, everything is just
yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Everything's just scored for the metropolis, really, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, and I think as individuals, you've got to grab what you can when you can. It's very rare in this world and this time today that you actually get anything back from anything.
Yeah.
And I think anything you can grab is worth
Ray,
having.
we loved your your film out in the woods with your dogs, with your bacon. Well, I looked at that your friend's small holding, and they do a tea on the farm. So I've contacted them because next Sunday they got a tea on the farm, and so you get your cream tea, your sandwiches, tea and coffee, and it's £17 a person for an hour.
So we booked
so
it.
we've booked it.
We're coming down.
Yes, we are.
We're coming down for a cream tea on the farm.
Woo-hoo. And maybe take some bacon home.
Yeah, maybe take
and
some
stuff
bacon.
and pate and all those wonderful things.
Yeah, so
we do like a small holding.
We'll be down your way. So if you're around, we've got what time's that sitting?
I think I've asked for the 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 o'clock sitting.
So if you're around,
so that'd be quite nice to. But yes, we looked up. I can't really quite recall. It does, doesn't it? For £17, yeah.
And again, it's
fresh
money going back into the pocket of a small holding.
They have to diversify these days, don't they? Like the pubs.
I'm all supporting farmers, especially the smaller farmers. I'm not interested in the big multinationals, but
she's near Andover.
Yeah,
and we thought that's really nice. You obviously book in advance to it, but
yeah,
I should go take some pictures and let you know.
Yeah, Lee, you're right. Yeah, there's a lot more for vets in the USA. They do put this country to shame. Unfortunately, this country has an attitude of once it's used you, that's it, you're done, dusted.
That's why there's so many of those.
That's why there's so many people struggling. There's so many people on the streets.
I had problems with mobility scooter when I went to France, didn't I? That was, I mean, the disabled toilet, you had to go down this little stairway, and the toilets were, you could just about turn around. It was. And there was just the pavements aren't wide enough either.
Yeah, there's supposed to be disabled access laws in the UK, but that just depends on the council whether or not they can budget for it. But new carpet for the councillors, new chairs for the councillors, fancy Christmas do for the councillors, or do we actually spend the tax pennies where we're supposed to be spending it, or is that me being a bit bitter? No politics, Mickey. No politics.
Yeah. Ray was saying if we have time, call round and he'll show us some of the folds.
Mate, yes, yeah, we'll chat about that. Yeah, pockets. They do see us as damaged goods, and we're an embarrassment to them, mate. So I'm not going to get into the whole politics thing. Those who've been to the camp know my views on it, and again, I try and make the Sunday social something a bit more. Yeah,
that's another reason for the camps and the community.
Yeah, it is another reason for the community.
Because we have a
safe space.
Ex-services and that, and some aren't, but yeah.
And again, I don't differentiate between people. I think we're all. I personally think everybody I know, 100% of everybody I know, in some way or manner, is a little bit broken. Okay. Even if some of them don't actually recognise it yet. Okay, I think we're all a bit broken. I think that's just part of life. I think broken is the norm.
Yeah. It's the ones that
we gone from a civilization of people living in small villages and communities that knew everybody, supported one another, helped one another, and worked together for the common good, to a mass society where you're supposed to be an individual and nobody really matters.
We saw today a local little school around the corner there. They were all wearing their high-vis jackets, and they gone there to tidy up the school.
Yeah.
To just go in there, sort of weeds out and little picking in there. Yeah. They often have litter picking duties around here.
Yes.
But we still end up with the dumpers of all their stuff they don't want.
Owen, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Politics is a system of lack of climbing hills. Yes, we all need to climb more hills.
Yes.
We need to find our summits. We need to stand in the glory of that sunrise or sunset, at that moment of reaching the pinnacle,
Mm.
stand there in your underwear, your arms thrown wide, bathing your glory in the sunlight. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, did I get a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I breathe
The
deep,
last
Nikki.
one I climbed was probably Rautor.
Yeah.
And that was Mackland. No, though we often used to go up Rautor when we were on Dowstow Moor.
Yeah. 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 It's finding that cure, finding that answer for yourself,
Yeah.
lift yourself into the light.
That's it. Some people like to go to gardens.
Yeah.
Some people like to go into forests. Some like to go in the water
Oh,
by the
crikey.
water.
Oh,
It's everyone's got their me. I like the outdoors. I love sunsets and music.
yeah.
That's where
And for some people, their pleasure will be another person's horror. I watched a guy going caving recently, and he was doing extreme caving, and I actually had to get up and leave the room because
when you're crawling on your belly and that. No.
Yeah, I've got a fear of confined spaces. I got trapped in a confined space once, and up to that point, I was fine.
Exactly, Benny.
And it just watching them do it took me into a sweat. I mean, literally, I started to my chest felt constricted. I found it hard to breathe.
Excellent.
I started to panic. And I had to get up, walk out of the room, and say to Kaz, look, do us a favour. If you want to watch it, I'll go upstairs or switch it over. I can't watch this. Because it took me straight back to that. And so, for one man, and that's something you've got to remember. We're all very, very different. See, we're all outdoorsy people. But for some people, that outdoorsness is going to be their torture. They actually prefer to be in a safe or what they consider a safe enclosed environment behind their computer and so on. So again, it's everybody's got to find what suits them, what works for them. We're quite lucky in the fact that the outdoors and nature, it's all around us. And for a lot of people, you can see the absolute beauty in something simple as a bird on a wing or a cloud formation or a thunderstorm, which for the last 48 hours, 48 hours, come on. We just had thunder, lightning, rain, more thunder, lightning, rain, more thunder, lightning, rain.
Walking through the woods when it's raining and or just seeing a waterfall or something, it's just takes your breath away. And you think, I was talking to Sticks Down about this the other day, that you walk, your eyes are open and you're seeing it all, but some people just walk with their eyes closed and they don't see a thing, and they're missing everything.
I'm going to set up next year something for anybody that wants to come along. Anybody that wants to come along, and it's 2 walks, right? Both in Cornwall. I will find a campsite, but it'll be down to people to sort out their own campsite. I'll give them the campsite name, and you come if you want to come. Now, there's 2 healing walks there. One is St Nectan. Mac knows this. One is St Nectan's Glen.
Amazing place. There's a hermitage
St Nectan's Glen. Right, doesn't matter what your faith is because it covers multi faiths there. There's actually a Christian chapel at the top, and there's an older chapel at the base of the waterfall. But it's been a pilgrimage route for people for centuries. It's a very sacred spot. It's very healing. And the other one is the walk up to the top of Rautor. Okay, now it's not a massive hill. It's the second highest point on Bodmin Moor.
But it takes a long time to. You have to go down the valley and go up it.
And it is something that most people can do with a bit of time, bit of effort. There's no real major scrabble. But you get to a peak there where the view's fantastic. You can see the Channel on one side of the West Country, the Atlantic the other side of the West Country, and there's a place up there, a very special little spot called Arthur's Seat. Now, bear in mind, when you look towards the coast there, you're looking directly at Tintagel, okay? And Arthur's Seat is a just...
That's it, Daz, yeah.
It's a natural seat in the rocks. Yeah, that's it, Daz. They are... These 2 walks next year, for anybody that wants to join me, I do it regularly. as part of I call it a healing walk for me, because when I do these walks, and neither of them are particularly strenuous, but when I do them, they have their own magic, and they're at both
You cross
routes.
across the water, don't you, at
Yeah,
different points? And
yeah. These are routes that people have taken, like I say, for thousands of years. They've always been seen as sacred sites. Um, so whatever your belief system, if you want to join me next year, I'll announce a
so
date a
when you
couple of
walk,
months in advance.
when you're walking along the valley, you see ribbons tied to trees and the little stone uh, uh, point
Cairns.
cairns, yeah, in the actual river, on the banks, or on on larger stones. And then when you actually get to the waterfall itself, the waterfall comes down and through a hole.
Yeah.
There's two
I like to
waterfalls
bathe
now.
there.
Yeah.
I like to bathe there. It washes everything away.
And people leave. There's a fallen tree, and a big tree,
Yeah.
and everyone is knocked into the trunk. Coins. There's every sort of denomination of coins from every part of the world, and it makes the tree look a bit like a hedgehog. And it's got all these coins in it, and people leave photos. When Jack Russell passed, we took down a laminated photo of him and a little bell he used to wear at Christmas. We went back there 2 years later, and it was still there.
Yeah, it was Stealth. Go safe, mate. I hope you get home safely. Yeah. Don't just be careful. Watch yourself. There's plenty of lunatics out there. I take it you're out on the motorbike. Yeah, just go easy, brother. Yeah, it does. Yeah. This mysterious is not the word. It's
We've actually got pictures taken with orbs surrounding you.
Mile and a half. It's only a mile and a half, 2 miles to walk. If you go up the valley, but it's.
I couldn't do that now. I'll have to go up the track.
Every step you take is a. They say it's a healing step, and it is one of those places of wonder.
Our son's bathed under the waterfall, isn't he?
And any of you that are interested in it, if you look it up on YouTube, you can actually look up St. Nectan's Glen. And go and have a look at it. If you want, like I say, if you want to join me, it will be next year. It will be before the summer holidays. That little quiet period, a few weeks beforehand, I will be driving down from here,
spiritual,
stopping in a campsite locally. I'll have a look around, see if I can find a nice little affordable one, and then do the walk up.
Oh, excellent! Stops by 1 p.m. on the 21st.
Right, okay, Matt. I will be there. Yeah, Matt, I will be there. I will meet you in Stockbridge, and I will do that last leg with you, brother.
Yeah.
I'll have all my kit with me.
Yeah.
Right, so that's Saturday the 21st. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah. Yes, I will be there. I'm getting quite excited about that.
Yeah, I went to St. Nectan's this weekend. Well, this week we were away, and the carvings are, yeah.
Does everybody finds their own nature in nature.
Yeah. Me and Kaz, I was born Halloween, so
me and Kaz disagree on certain things, but we don't disagree. We don't get into it, do we? We both see different sides of probably the same thing
from
different
really
angles.
Watch the ghost things because I'm not.
Yeah, I mean it's spiritualism is But any of you that want to come with me on it, it is. Mac did it with me a few years back. We took all the kids up, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Actually, a few years back. It was a lot of years back.
Then we built a huge cairn, didn't we, on the beach?
Yeah.
And we put it on the rocks, and even though the tide came in and out, it was still there.
Yeah.
And in the evening, we lit a little fire in front of it, and some lady thought they're going to start destroying it. She said, "Don't just damage it." I said, "No, we want to build it."
Yeah.
And we sat all evening with this. Yeah. This huge
that's the thing, is to do St. Nectan's Glen, to do Rowtor, watch the sun go down from Rowtor.
I used to do things for them.
Walk back down in the dark. That is a stunning walk. And then the following night, before you come back, is to sit on Widmouth
Right.
Beach
And fish
with
and chips.
fish and chips and watch the sun go down. That is, the sun goes down. That's the west coast, obviously. So you get the setting sun. That
Dad, I
to
used to
me,
make bookmarks for the Witchcraft Museum.
yeah, that to me, that's the epitome of a yeah, Mickey's happy place. I've surfed those beaches for years, and yeah, the water there is just special.
Mm.
Um, yeah, yeah, it's a wonderful area. Wonderful area. A lot of mysticism, a lot of history.
I see the other day that it was the anniversary of the flooding at Boscastle. That was they were talking to the people in the Cobweb Inn about what happened.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be. I'm ready for that one, Owen. I'm ready for it. I've built to it. I'm ready for it.
You're the real bulldog.
Arr,
That makes me Demelza.
Demelzer there. Old Demelzer. Nice. And
Is there a hill? What, a max run or
yeah,
the
there is a hill. There is Rail Tor.
yeah, there's a witch's cave not far from Waverley Abbey, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a witch's cave because they didn't the local church borrow
Yes.
her.
Frensham was famous for its witches. Old Mother Ludlam.
Hi, Evie, Kiwi.
Yeah. Old Mother Ludlam. She's
Yeah,
got
'cause
a cave. Me and Mac actually spent a night. It's closed to the public now. They've fenced it off. But me and Mac spent a night in Old Mother Ludlam's cave years ago. That was an interesting night's kip.
You also got there's pillboxes down that near there as well, isn't there?
That's a fantastic area to walk around. Yeah.
I'll say that the local church, didn't they borrow
It's still
something
there.
off her,
Yeah.
and they never gave it back, and it's
So,
still in the church.
The Church of Frensham, the Waverley Abbey, which was just down the road, borrowed a metal cauldron from Old Mother Ludlam. She was a real person. She definitely existed. Yeah. She was a wise woman. Basically, lived in her cave up there. She was famous for her healing. Obviously referred to as a witch,
healer. Yeah,
but she was the woman you went to when nobody else could cure it. And she lent a cauldron to the abbey, and they refused to return it.
Yeah,
she sat a curse upon them. Lo and behold, the abbey didn't last long. But that cauldron is still in Frensham Church. It's actually when you go into the church, it's there, been kept. Yeah, it's quite an interesting bit of history.
A lot of filming that have been done around the Great Pond.
Lot of filming going on up there at the moment. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been going to French since I was a little kid, and I'm nearly 60 now.
Yeah. Suffered just lately. Frensham with popularity. It become a sort of a very popular place to visit for people coming out of London for day tripping. And unfortunately, not everybody that came respected the place.
A lot of the bought their 4x4s out, and there's a highway going right across there, and they actually put a closing order on it, didn't they? Because it got completely turfed up.
We always look forward to Janet's films.
Yeah.
Janet, you spread so much happiness. You are one of those people. You're a joyous soul. I watch your films. I watch your videos, and you enthuse the joy and the pleasure of being out there, of in everything you do, and it just makes me happy to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just yeah, you're right, Owen. She's got a great vibe. She really has got a great happy vibe. So thank you, Janet. That's all
Yeah,
right,
but
my
it's only
lovely.
in the evenings.
Kiwi, just as long as you're listening,
Yeah,
don't go watching.
no,
Yeah, drive safe, my friend. Weather's been goddamn awful. You're going to hit a big puddle in a minute.
yes.
Um,
We've already had a bad accident not far from here, haven't we, with a motorcycle and a car.
Daz, we wouldn't know anything about
Well
that
done,
sort of thing
Benny.
at all. Well done, Benny.
We would never have told a friend of ours that if you want to go to one of these sites, you got to put a potato on the roof.
Yeah. Welcome back, Benny.
Yeah.
We won't even go into
No.
yeah. There may be strange people that meet up in car parks late at night, but that's their business. They're not doing anybody any harm. Um,
It's only it's just more in days gone by. If we used to be get a
well,
chance to get out in the woods,
well, let's face it. At the end of the day, it's not exactly a new thing, is it? I
No,
mean,
no.
if you go back to the history of May Day,
Yeah.
I mean,
That was a free for all, really, wasn't it?
well, in parts of Europe, in some areas, basically May Day, they what it actually was the older women of the village would dance with the young men, allure the young men off into the woods, give them a bit of education, shall we say, so that they had a better idea of what they were doing later on in life.
Yeah.
And that was just the way things worked.
Yeah.
Nobody got
Yeah,
upset
it
by
was
it,
a thing.
Yeah, it was traditions and
Especially when
methods.
you're all living in one room.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd have to go elsewhere, wouldn't you?
yeah. It's like if you're all living in one long house together. Yeah. The decent thing is to go outside, find a quiet bush, isn't it? Rather than keep everybody else up all night. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, then, love.
yeah, pulled out. Just pulled.
The back.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willow is snoring. He's snoring down, a little dog. Yeah, he's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Actually,
Oh,
yeah.
he's alive.
Yeah, he's alive. Made me wonder for a second, didn't you?
He's
Stretchy little dog. Yeah. So, where are we now? Where are we now? What are we on to now? I don't know. I really don't. Well, has anybody had a chance to see the podcast? That went out on Styx's channel
last night.
yesterday,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Last night. Um, yeah, that
I
was
enjoyed it.
a valiant effort by me,
It's just the floor
myself.
there, right?
I will say, being host, uh, Styx and
I see
Life's a
secret
Hobby.
squirrel there, and it done it.
So we were chatting about the one night survival. The podcast is going to go out on a regular basis. It's not going to be a weekly thing, I don't think, but it's going to be when we're going to get together on a regular occurrence,
Thank you, Lee.
on a regular occasion,
I
and
appreciate that.
do the podcast. And what we're looking at doing is inviting people in as guests. Now, it's the One Night Survival podcast, so really, it's for people that have had a go at the One Night Survival. But I think what will end up happening is we will end up having guests who want to be there. People I would love to invite on, people like Janet, Roman Ray, Daz, all you guys come and have a chat. Yeah, and it's just share your thing, share your love of being outdoors, build the community, take the community even further, create communities of your own. That's the other thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't feel that you've got to just hold back with my community. You start a community of your own. It's the more people out there in this world that suddenly realise that there's all this to enjoy, the better. And as somebody said to me the other day, I didn't realise it didn't cost much. And I laughed and I went, pardon? And they went, well, when you talk about going hiking, then By the time you bought a pair of £300 Berghaus boots, and you bought a set of 250 quid waterproofs, and you bought £190 rucksack, and then you bought your,
Yeah, and
and I
then
was
you end
like,
up out in the Lake District, and you just dump it there.
yeah. And I said, well, you don't need any of that. Just a sturdy pair of trousers, sturdy
Yeah.
pair of boots, whatever sturdy jacket
Make sure
you
you got
got.
some eat, something
Yeah,
to drink,
and
and you
just
got a first aid kit with you.
yeah, it doesn't have to be this super. In actual fact, me personally, I don't like having expensive gear, and it's got. I tell you why I don't like expensive gear. It's because I'm constantly worried about breaking it, tearing it, ripping it,
Yeah.
damaging it. If I spent 400 quid on a jacket, I'm
And
actually terrified of ruining it because it's.
That's like Kent he went on that canoe thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he left his jacket behind. He was loading up his canoe,
Yeah.
and he left it out in the wilds of Norway, I think it was.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be gutted, mortified. I can't afford that. Basically, I'd rather just go and enjoy it. Now, I did mean to get up and get something. What did I mean to get up and get?
Something we were going to use.
It was something I was going to get. It was something I thought, oh, I'll show everybody. What? Well, I'll be blowed. Do you know what?
It's gone.
The marbles. The marbles are rolling loose. I know what it was. Right.
And here we have him talking to himself for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, no.
A flint and steel? Yeah,
look,
definitely a flint and steel.
The hat. It's the hat I found for Mac.
The hat.
Bloody hat. What have I done with that?
Or your bow drill after Lee gave the talk on it. Hi, Silver. That's it. You don't have to. You know. What sort of hat was it?
It was the maroon hat. I saw it. I went, that's perfect for Mac. That's perfect for Mac. I'll grab that for Mac.
Don't think about it, then you'll find it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got
Mac, I found you. What it was, Mac, mate. I was out the other day, and it was a woolly hat. You know, a proper 100% woolly hat, but it was maroon, and it was that perfect shade of maroon. And as soon as I saw it, I went, I've got to grab that for Mac. That will be the perfect Mac winter hat. Yeah, it was maroon as maroon could be. And yeah, I've put it somewhere in here, and I'm buggered if I can remember where I put it.
Oh, Willow's hidden it.
Yeah, I will dig it out for you, mate. I will bring it along.
Yeah, everyone has their different ideas on what they need, but you just got to think about any eventuality you be having, and go from there.
Janet's teasing us. Janet says, Derek! Naughty boy, Derek. But I can see the plan. It's a cunning plan, and I admire your plan. Derek, how you doing, brother? I hope all is good for you, mate.
Is your mum still driving with her one arm?
Yeah. Yeah, I hope all is good. Hope everything's going well there. Derek, we want to get you onto the podcast. Yeah, I'm away this week, aren't I? So that's going to be a good. When I come back after this week, Dave, I've got to get hold of you, mate. We've got to have a chat about the podcast and see if we can find a time when the four of us can link up, do a Zoom, and get together.
I'll just pick you up at the train station. Get on your mum.
Yeah. So yeah, and from everybody here on the in the community, Mr. D, give your mum a hug from absolutely everybody here. Yeah, we love your mum. Yeah.
Expiry.
I can't tell you, Kitten. That's down to Mac. That's his secret.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so that's that organised. Yes, so we will get Mr. D is going to join us in the podcast, so that will be a bit of a giggle. Um, there's also a couple of things coming up in the podcast. There's a bit of a editing
Shenanigans.
There's some shenanigans. That's a good Irish word, isn't it? Some shenanigans going to be going on.
How
some
much you
fun.
drink?
I'm into my second bottle.
I thought you was.
I'm getting that warm flush, and
You might be getting up in the morning.
the cheeks are great. I've got to get up in the
I
morning.
know.
I've got to walk up the railway station. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to say any more than that. That's just a bit of a teaser.
Yeah, your little friend's comatose on the floor.
Yeah. Willow. Where are you, mate?
Oh, there he is.
Come on in.
Come say hello.
Come say hello. Your fans want to see you. Oh. Come on in.
Yeah,
Good boy.
it was good, wasn't it? I couldn't make it.
Hey, Willow. He's a good boy. Come on then.
Go on, say hello to everyone.
Oh,
Go on, you little.
Hey, there you go. Mr. Serious. Huh?
So I've got it. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
I don't want to.
No, it doesn't.
I'm not sharing it with you.
No.
I'm not sharing your treat with you. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
His latest thing is that at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, he'll decide that there's the fox or the cat is in the front garden, and he's got a bark about it. But the trouble is, he stands up near us and does it.
He's one of those little dogs that sounds 3 times his size, and he gets a proper vibrates backwards across the bed, then runs forward and starts again, and it's like whoa, 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 whoa. It's like an old-fashioned typewriter, you know. Ding, ding. Do you really?
Hello, Willow.
Come here, Cuddles. Cuddles, pretty boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on. Here's a treat. Here you go.
Yeah, Mr. Serious. Hey, good boy. Yeah, you're all right for that cigar.
You're very gentle. But, look, it's your fans. Look.
Yeah. There you go.
Last one. Good boy. Yes.
Yeah, he's a good little soul. He's a good little lad, isn't he?
He's ploughed through the treats that Yarp's got him. He does like those wagons.
Yeah, oh, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Yeah, so he's last night in the thunderstorms and that, I was obviously, he's still quite a young dog. I was a bit worried about him. But he just sat there watching the lightning out the window. No, didn't twitch, didn't make him jump or anything. He was just like, what's all that about then? And he just sat there watching it all night long.
Yeah. I was in the car with him yesterday, and Lady goes, "Oh, is that a Shih Tzu?" Yes.
Yeah, Dee, we'll let his hair grow out for the winter. He's going to get. He'll have another haircut.
His next one is due the 5th of October.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do? They're going to trim him, but we're not going to having him the short cut. We're having the long cut now.
Yeah, and we'll let him get his winter coat. As for me, as you can see, not shaved. I am growing my winter coat. Something I like to do every year is try and put a little bit of winter coat on.
We actually got him a little little anorak, didn't we? And he actually wore it. It's the first dog we've ever owned that will wear an anorak.
Yeah, Thursday. So this Thursday, I'm on the Isle of Wight.
Either one.
Kaz is going to keep me posted.
Yeah.
And I think it's the most exciting thing on the communities yet. Yeah. Is Benny's little is due Thursday.
Yeah.
And I think there's probably several hundred people sat here, all excited, waiting to celebrate the fact that little Benny has burst forth into this world.
Good night, Dad.
And is ready to take over a woodland somewhere.
Yeah.
The Benny tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night, Daz. Take care, mate. Have a good week. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some lovely little outfits.
Yeah. Oh, we're all excited here. And it's like little messages keep flying back to forth. Is anybody here from Benny? Is anybody here from Benny? Is anybody here from Benny? This week,
Again,
probably 3 or 4 times, there's been a couple of us like, is anybody here from Benny? It's been
still
very
haven't
quiet.
heard anything from BJ.
BJ, no, we haven't heard anything from BJ's channel's still up, but it's not posted anything.
No.
So I was just sort of trying to send messages and that. Hopefully,
everything's all right.
Hopefully, all's good with him and his family. Yeah, it's all we can hope and pray for. And again, as I said last week, BJ, if you see this by any chance, or anybody that knows BJ, yeah, just tell him we all care. We love him. We miss him, and we hope all is good for him. Yeah, it's simple as that. And again, same with anybody in the community. It's quite funny. We notice when we don't have somebody there, and we're like, "Are they all right? Hope they're all good. Hope they're all good." Probably like John Kennedy. He's away having an adventure at the moment.
I'll see the baby. See you. Look. He said, Nikki's auntie's in America, Nikki's brother's in Italy, and his brother's in Ibiza yesterday, and now you're pissing off, so no one's going to see the baby. I'm going to see the baby.
Kaz will see the baby. I will see the baby. And remember this, Benny.
Yeah? He knows where you live.
I've done the midwifery course, so if you need me, phone me. I will come. Yeah. And you tell Nikki, you say to her, just keep breathing. Mickey's on his way, sweetheart. Mickey's got this. You know, don't you worry. I've got all the tools and equipment. I've got my bungee cord. I've got my shears.
What are you saying? Shears. She's not a bloody sheep.
No, it's no, Nikki. All my love, sweetheart. It's all going to be fine. Benny, proud daddy. Can't wait for you, mate. Yeah, it's all exciting. It's all exciting.
So you're going to have to have your rucksack on the back and your baby pouch on the front.
So, does that bushcraft aunties and uncles? So that makes us bunkles and aunties, bushcraft uncles and aunties, or bushy uncles and bushy aunties.
And Brooke's gonna have a little sister.
Yeah, I bet she's excited. Yeah, no, all I love, Betty. I bet. How's Brooke? But she's excited. Yeah, but she's like, can't wait. Oh
yeah. Our granddaughter, she loves tractors, and her dad managed to get her a lovely Valtra jacket. She's got a lovely red and black Valtra jacket, so it's got across the back and that. So she's got a proper tractor coat.
Oh, I bet she is. Oh, she's going to be brilliant. Brooke's going to be like the best sister. She's going to be like absolutely awesome.
I remember my mum had my little sister in the house.
Yeah.
And I remember I was 6 years old when she was born. And I remember thinking, well, I could hear a baby crying. I went, oh, the nurse has bought mum a baby so she knows what to expect. My dad dragged me downstairs and made me toast. Oh, dear.
Oh, it's fantastic. It is fantastic.
New life, next generation.
Yeah.
To pass on all the bushcraft. And I mean, Mac, your daughter loved her fishing and football, things like that. It's
but that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. We pass it on. They gain a love for it. So I used to take my sons down to Bude for their holidays. Mac used to come with us, and other friends used to come with us. We used to take all the kids down to Bude. Mac's daughter still visits Bude now with her daughter
and son.
My son's just been down to Bude to the same campsite we used to take him with my granddaughter who's 3 and his wife, and done the same adventures, the same trips, the same journeys that we used to do as kids, even to the point of buying pasties in the same little
Yeah,
secret
Max,
bakery at
Annabella
Bude.
doesn't like pasty.
You
She
know,
likes lemon muffins, doesn't she?
don't want to hear that. That's not. It's because nobody's educated her in the pasty
No.
properly yet. My granddaughter loves pasties.
She actually, I don't bring it up with me. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
My granddaughter brought me back from Cornwall. I went, oh, can I eat it? She said, no, it's not real. It's a little cushion of pasty.
Oh, it doesn't smell of pasty.
No, it doesn't.
Be better if that smelled of pasty. I'd be like, that'd be my love thing. I'd just snuggle it. It would be the greatest single thing. It's a small one though, isn't it?
Yeah. I got a Cornish pasty.
Yeah.
It looks so real. No, it's not for. No, it's not for you. I knew that was happening. Excellent. Well done.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Sewing like a madman. That's the difficulty. It's overseas. Too much cider. I do apologise. Overseas shipping is a pain in the arse.
Yeah.
Trying to sort it
out. It's got to be the jam on the bottom, clotted cream on the top, because if you put the other way around, the cream melts. So that's wrong. It's
Yeah. You got the scone must always be warm, straight from the oven.
Yeah.
Jam goes on first. You split a scone.
It doesn't matter what jam either. I don't care if it's strawberry.
2 halves,
cherry.
One each, half each. It's a lover's tea. That's what it was originally called. Jam on the warm scone, clotted cream on the top, and then you share that scone. It's a lover's tea. Invented in St Ives. Can't remember the lady's name, but that was invented in St Ives in the late 17, early 1800s at a little tea room.
I wonder if there is you say no about overseas, because with us there's a post thing that offers you the best rates. It's like a website. It gives you all the rates for all the different places.
Shipping around the world.
Yeah, because I'd send our son's birthday card to the Czech Republic because it's his birthday on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Jam always on the bottom.
Yeah, jam always on the scone.
But kitten, I think they had them at the camp, but
yeah. I only had half of one. I had one half. Right, the first one, obviously, and then I went back about an hour later, thinking I'm going to have another one of them damn scones. They're lovely, and they were gone.
Well, it's 11s, don't they? Afternoon tea, so there's not really a time.
No, there isn't a tea. It used to be said that it was about 4 o'clock, but to be honest with you, it's
cream teas is any time of the day.
Any time is cream tea time. It's when you feel like it. And again, it's like some people think that the British have
Devon is the other way. Yeah,
tea and crumpets and that. As a social thing. To be honest with you, today they don't. I mean, I like crumpets for breakfast.
Yeah,
crumpets for breakfast.
Christopher, our eldest son, he loves crumpets, but he can't have them because his wife can't stand the smell of them. She can't smell them cooked or while they're cooking. She just. Tiffin, yeah. We used to be able to get in Bude. There was a little coffee shop we used to go to, and a little restaurant at the back.
Yeah.
And we used to get our tiffin from there.
Excellent stuff. You got back all right. Towelled yourself off.
Yeah.
Dumped all the wet kit.
Yeah.
Mate. Good. So they're one of the toughest places to be on a bike in the UK. Wales in the rain.
Yes.
Yeah. Harsh. Stealth.
And I was reading that is it Ireland and parts of Scotland were getting down to 1 degree next week.
Really?
Yeah, the end of next week. Yeah.
Frosts are coming.
Yeah.
We like the frosts.
I bet you are. I bet you couldn't be any more soaked if you tried.
Winter's coming, as we say in the West Country.
Yes. There's a point that that's soaked. You just.
Yeah, winter's coming. I need to get up on the wall. Uh, what are you reckon there, Willow? Get up on the wall with me. Yeah, keep the whites at bay. Yeah, yeah. 101 there. Oh dear,
Blimey.
Derek.
We've had
101.
thunder and lightning for 3 days now.
We've hit a period now here at Bites. The UK's a bit of a weirdo, I'm afraid, Derek. So September.
That's good.
We
They
are
work.
into autumn now. We have started autumn. We will go. It goes August. Not too bad. Hot days, hot days, hot days. First week of September.
It's okay.
It's okay. And then you hit towards the end of that week, thunderstorms, rain, 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 rain. Temperature starts dropping in the UK. You start thinking, oh, here we go.
Halloween
Here we go.
starts getting
Winter's
cold.
on its way. And then all of a sudden, end of September, beginning of October, normally you'll get 14 days and it'll be blistering. Absolutely blistering. Just to the point where you've put all your summer gear away, backpacked that for the winter, and got all your winter kit out.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, Mac, Willie's on his honeymoon. He's gone to Norway on a cruise, isn't he? He left yesterday.
Oh, that's vicious.
Ooh.
2 degrees one night. 65 all next week. 65. See, 65 would do me. I like that.
Yeah.
I can handle 65. 101. Killer.
Tilford to New Haven.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, 125. So my sin that I can really admit to now, because I think the statute of law actually is passed. So I had a 250, and they brought out the 125 law, and I refused to take my bike test at that point because they screwed me well and truly. So I took my bike test when I was in my, should we say, late 40s, and up until that point, I'd ridden pretty much everything you can lay your hands on. I was a bit of a naughty boy, I'll admit. But 125s, I've always looked at people on 125s with a great deal of respect, because it's small bikes like that are a hard thing to ride.
But what do you have? You had the Honda, didn't you?
The Varadero, when I took the test.
Varadero,
I had to buy a 125 to take the test on.
It wasn't bad. It didn't look like a 125, did it?
No, it was all right. It was all right. You used to take the L plates on it and whip down the motorway. It was, yeah. Well, again, like I say, 125s. Always a great deal of respect for guys that ride in 125s, because it's a hard thing.
Willow.
Nobody takes you seriously, car drivers especially. But yeah, I was.
Oh no! You're back all right though, Mac.
You're back, Mac. You're back. Yeah, so big bikes for me. The bigger the better. I've got a lot. My principle is I've got a large arse. I need a saddle that's gonna hide it. So I've had Royal Enfields, BSAs, Hondas, Suzuki's,
Kawasaki's, Z400.
Yeah.
You've had
the one Honda I fancy having, I still fancy having, is
we've been having trouble with that. We've got that new tube thing being set up around here that's seems to be mucking it about.
I did fancy a Goldwing at one point. Still fancy a Goldwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to strip it though. Don't want the fairing in there, so I want it naked. It's a naked Goldwing. Or a Valkyrie. Oh, the Honda Valkyrie. Oh,
yeah, you didn't. You nearly had one, didn't you? Nearly.
I'm very far off having a Honda Valkyrie, but a motorcycle that gets 18 to the gallon.
So just go. Have to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember your 750.
Yeah. It's the bloody fly. Oh dear. What was that scrambler you had, Mac? That bloody crazy scrambler. That was mental. Absolute hooligan of a machine.
Wow. See, it does.
They,
Yeah.
yeah. It's everything in moderation, mate. Everything in moderation. And Guinness, I mean, that's one of the reasons I've been drinking.
Kawasaki 500.
Kawasaki 500, that was mental. I've been drinking a fair bit of Guinness. Well, I say fair bit of Guinness. I've been drinking Guinness on Sunday night because I've been training.
It's actually a martini one.
And that was very good for me. But tonight,
You're on the Lilies cider.
I'm on the Lilies because I fancied a cider. I thought, do you know what? I've got Guinness in the fridge, but I actually really fancied something a bit sweet. I was sort of girding my loins, ready to. I mean, don't get me wrong. Looking after my mum is not a problem at all. Love my mum dearly, but my mum's a vegetarian. My mum's of another generation. I have to mind the P's and Q's a little bit. So it's like, you know, I'm going to have a couple of ciders tonight. I've had a steak this weekend. I've sort of prepared myself.
Oh, your friends used to ride cages, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, you still
Martin and Clive and that.
Yeah, Clive, Stannard, Nutty.
Yeah.
Nutty. They used to be KH fanatics. I was never a KH fanatic, unfortunately, because I used to find the Kawasaki KH used to seize the centre pot. They used to get too hot. So I tended to prefer the Suzuki, the GT 380s, because they had the ram air system and it used to cool that centre pot a little bit more efficiently.
We had two of the Honda VT 500s, which was the... Nice. They were on the next. They were after the maggots, weren't they?
Yeah, came after the CX.
Two downstairs. We had one in the hallway and one in the dining room.
I chopped one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Built a chopper out of one. Made a nice bike, actually. Made a really nice bike.
Oh, so we're having our cider this week. I don't know if anyone know that Cornwall have Cornish Rattler. Well, our son tried the Cornish Rattler Black while he was down there. It's 8.4 volume.
Yeah, leave that alone. Leave that alone. That's falling down water, as we say in the Rose Country. Old Makos. God, they're a beast. You'll soon get up that mountain on a Mako. I'll tell you. That's a machine and a half. Yeah. Yeah, beasts. Beasts. Oh, yeah. There have been some mad bikes built over the years. Yeah, especially I like older bikes. The modern bikes, don't get me wrong, are fantastic, but yeah.
The thing is, they're worth so much money now. The KHs.
Yeah, I agree with you. The KH would scream away from the Suzuki. The Kawasaki KH 250 would leave my GT 380 for dead. Really would. The 750 triple was death on wheels. And I remember that there was a period in the late 70s, early 80s where the motorcycle companies came up with some fantastic adverts. Now, I got myself a Suzuki Katana. And the only reason I got that Suzuki Katana was being in the pictures and seeing the Suzuki advert on the screen that blazoned up. It was just picturing this bike roaring into the desert.
Oh, wow.
And it just came up.
Nice.
Only two types of people ride the Suzuki Katana.
Those the RD350. They're nice looking bikes. I like them.
And I was like, loved it.
What's that? The RDs.
The RD350. Then we've got a lad on the estate here.
Yeah, he's got one.
He's got a pristine white in all original spec RD350 LC. Absolutely pristine. And I bumped into him the other day because he got to the little roundabout down the road here. And as I come around the roundabout, obviously seeing an old bike like that, you go, ting, got to have a look. And he was having trouble changing down. And what he was making the modern lad mistake of using his heel and trying to stamp on the gear lever. And I just sort of pulled up, ran back because I thought, he's not going to go anywhere. I said, look, mate, just put your foot on the peg, put your toe on it, and just let the clutch out a little bit and slip it down. And sure enough, plonk into gear. And he went, How do you know that? I've had these. You've got to be gentle with that gearbox. If you stamp on it, you won't get it to go anywhere. Just let the clutch out a little bit, let it slide in. That's it. He's like, cheers, mate, cheers. Stunning bike, absolutely
We used to
stunning.
go to a place over near Bracknell on a Tuesday night for a bike night,
Stuff of it.
and there's about 6 or 7 Z9s, Z1000s, so
Kitten.
the original ones.
Oh, kitten. 1979 Z1000. Oh,
I've been on a Z900 B1. That's the first big bike I ever went on.
yeah, yeah. Stunning machines, stunning machines. And of course, Mad Max made that famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I do like the Zs because you had a little 400, didn't you? A little green one.
Yeah, a little green one. That was a little bit of fun. That was Z400, Z400H.
I like the 450.
J, sorry.
The
Z400J.
The 454s.
Yeah, a Honda 400,
404s.
404.
Yeah.
Now, that was a bike. That was a bike.
They were a nice looking
like
bike.
An absolute pig. Made a beautiful calf racer though.
Thanks.
Yeah, put a set of rear sets on that and a set of clip-ons, and that's it. You had a race bike.
Yeah, because the lad used to pick you up on a 404.
Yeah.
Give you a time sometimes.
A lunatic.
Oh, Kit's going to send you a picture of his Zed.
Oh, mate. It's funny, isn't it? So we all got very similar interests. I'm sorry, Janet. We're chatting motorbikes here. Blokes of a certain age.
And me, I'm just... Yeah. I've always loved old cars.
Scorpion,
old motorcycles.
Yeah.
And trucks.
Yeah.
Tractors. The old traction engines, steam engines. I love it.
CBR 600s, yeah, good bikes, solid as rock. I got into.
Was that Honda? You had that yellow one.
Oh, that was a Nighthawk.
Nighthawk, that's
Nighthawk.
it.
Yeah, that was quite a nice little bike for what it was. American import. The only thing I didn't like about it is a square headlight. I just never liked square headlights on a motorcycle. It just does my head in. I think it goes
I'm not so keen on the two round ones either. Yeah. I like one round.
I think the square headlight thing for me goes back to trying to avoid the police when I was in my youth with the BMWs. Cheers, Janet. I didn't want anybody feeling left out. Yeah, in my youth, very rural area, and so the local copper would ride a BMW, and you could tell it a mile off because you had the square headlight, and then there was a little strip light above it. And we got so good at, I mean, obviously going back to the days pre sort of decent radios and all that, you'd have to stop and get the telephone and go, hello, I'm in a pursuit. And so we'd all be riding around and you'd see this thing coming in the dark and it would just be like a bomb burst. Not for any other reason than we just weren't going to get messed about.
17, I used to love doing black and white photographs of old cars and motorbikes. That was my, yeah.
There we go. Is the chat up line, guys? This is how you secure a relationship with a girl. The first night you meet her, you set the meet up for the following day. Then the following day you go over, you borrow your mate's bike, you get her on the back, and you do wheelies up and down Cranley High Street because that impressed the tits off you, didn't it?
No.
Oh. I thought I was doing so well.
Scared the shit out of me.
Hey, nothing wrong with moped, Janet.
Yeah. There's, I mean, some of the mopeds you see, and some of the ones that have done up to the Help for Heroes and all the tribute bikes and that.
So in our bike club days, you used to go to a lot of rallies, and you go to some of the events there, and I'm just as happy walking around a collection of scooters as I am a collection of bikes when people have put love, work and effort into their machines. They've restored something that is 30, 40 years old, done the artwork on it or customised it, and you see the amount of love and care that goes into it. Like that's the thing for me. You know, it's
moped that Sting rode in Quadrophenia.
Yeah.
that was found rotting. I think it was in Eastbourne in a front garden somewhere, and they didn't realise what they had. It was just left there rotting. So it was rescued and done up again.
Stealth, you're right there, mate.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a mope the water. In actual fact, I'm still planning to do a little. I'm looking for a bike. I want to do build. I've built lots of bikes over the years, and I normally build chops, cruisers, customs chops. That was my thing. But I want to build a bug out bike. I want to build a bit, not Mad Maxy, but my idea of a bug out
sort
bike.
of thing that Daryl would have in
yeah.
Walking Dead.
So you've got to have you don't want it too powerful because you want the fuel economy. You want it light enough that you can manoeuvre it over rough ground. You want the ground clearance. You want the performance that you can get away from something. I mean, I got rid of the perfect bike for that. That was the Royal Enfield. That would have been perfect, that old single.
Yeah.
But, it's a picture in my mind that at a later date, I will build my bug out bike.
I saw, what did your friend have?
Kiwi, not a problem, mate.
The motorbike you took along the hog's back. 140.
Oh, that was the
ZX10.
ZX10. Yeah,
yeah. I saw a ZX10 for sale the other day on Marketplace.
Yeah,
because Kitten was just saying during the miners' strike, he ripped past a convoy of coal trucks at 120. He didn't realise there was police escorts.
Yeah, I'd a mate that I basically was with him when he first got into bikes, and I got to the point where I had kids, and I gave it up because basically couldn't afford it. And he turned up one day on his brand new machine. He just bought a brand spanking new ZX10, just run it in and that. First production bike that off the line would exceed 150 mile an hour. And he said to me, "You've got to take it out for a spin. Got to take it out for a spin. Take it down." Hog's Back was like the local straight dual carriageway up on a ridge line. It's now a 60 limit.
Yeah.
But it used to be national speed limit, so it was a 70.
No, it sticks.
And he said to me, "Take it down there. Right, take it back to Guildford. Ride it to Guildford. Turn around, come back. Get the feel of it going down. And then when you come back, give it some stick." He said, and get it to 150. You wouldn't believe it. Yeah, I got to 150 mile an hour when something came off of a slip road in front of me that weighed 35 tons. And I've never been so bloody scared in all my life, because by the time I see this lorry enter the slip road, let alone coming off or coming into the carriageway, I was past it. And at that moment, I just, no. I'm going to kill myself doing that.
Before he disappears.
Sticks, take care, mate. Have a good night. Be good, brother.
Electric off-road ones.
Yeah. It's just something about being out there on a bike. Love it.
Yeah, I'm not one for hanging on. I never was one for hanging on.
So Kaz never hung on. Kaz used to pillion behind me. We got to the point, a good pillion gets to the point they don't need to hang on. They follow you. You become a team, don't you? It's riding unison. She trusts me. She just literally follow me. Movement of the bike, it becomes natural, flows.
Until I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not really noticing her on the back. In fact, once or twice, I actually completely forgot you were on the back, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see all the different colours and
yeah.
You're really proud of your bikes. No matter what they are.
It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be the smallest. It can be the biggest. It's when you see the love. It's like anything. Passion, isn't it? When you see somebody put passion in something, whether it's a YouTube channel, in actual fact, where we at? 1 minute 58. I'm going to start winding up in a minute, but I'll say this much to you guys. One of the pleasures in life for me is passion. Whether it be somebody having a passion with being outdoors, passion in wood carving, a passion in painting, a passion in building and loving their motorcycles, whatever it is, people with a genuine passion, you just can't help but enjoy it. It's an enthusiasm. It's a pleasure. It's a lust for life, if you want to quote Iggy Pop. It is that lust for life. It is that This is my thing, and I absolutely enjoy it. And again, my advice to people in the world: we're always talking about how healing bushcraft and being outside is for us, but again, for others, it will be being in their shed building that motorcycle. It might be the blacksmith in their hammering metal. It might be the guy carving it. It might be somebody creating a piece of art on paper. Somebody else that will be singing, writing, whatever they do. But it's that passion, that lust for life. That's the thing to find. If you can find that in anything, hang on to it, because that's what gets you through. That's what fixes you. That's what helps you escape that mind numbing,
Yeah, he
boring
was
and painful day to day existence.
Night Ray.
Night,
Yeah,
Ray. Take
stealth.
care,
You were
mate.
like that with your
Ray.
BMW, you had, didn't you?
Yeah.
That you had to get rid of that because
Yeah.
you lost your license otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a BMW that was going to kill me. Yeah, that's why I don't like fairings now, because at 130 mile an hour, you don't notice the wind, and you're suddenly thinking to yourself, "Blimey, everybody's going slow on the motorway today." You look down and you go, "Ooh, it's me." And that was one of the larger. I can't remember what it was now.
It's a K K100.
No, K11, I think it was
11.
K1100. It was
Yeah,
it was
it
one
was
of
one of
the
the bigger
larger
ones.
BMWs with
You
the
sold
Peugeot
that and
engine
it
in
was
it.
turned into a cafe racer.
Yeah, and that was just mental. That thing, mental. It would have
Right,
got me
let's
into
do
trouble.
2 hours now. Everyone's getting tired and go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
Or now.
Right, guys. Anyhow, I'm so like I say, I'm off this week, so you're not going to see a lot from me. You might see a few shorts if there's any luck, but we'll be back on next Sunday.
Yeah.
And then from there, things will get back into normal realm. I like I say, I'm
Think
just
of us while we're having our cream tea.
yeah, nothing severe, nothing dangerous, nothing painful for me. I'm just literally on the Isle of Wight, giving my mum a hand for a week. So the week I'm going to be pretty much dedicated to having her. I get to see her for 4 days a month. So those 4 days are hers. I don't film. I don't do much. I might go out for a walk, and if I get a chance, film something there. I'm hoping to have a wander around Firestone Copse.
Thanks, kitten.
So if I can
look at
get
that when we get downstairs.
if I can get something, I will, and it'll be uploaded for the following week. But other than that, guys, look, have a wonderful week. Thank you for all your support to everybody here. To everybody, Bushcrafty Steve, thank you very much for the mention. If you get to see this, mate, it made my day.
And we did a poll earlier, and we're going to have a tale next week.
Yeah, I put up a poll earlier on. Did you want a tale next week? So next week there will be a tale of survival, a story of survival, endurance, surviving against all odds. It will be a true story as well. So I will do a little reading from that. It won't be. It'll probably be the first sort of 40 minutes, 50 minutes of the video, and then we'll have a natter about that. So wherever you are in this world, have fun, stay safe, enjoy yourselves, be good, get outdoors, have your adventures, or whatever makes you smile, whatever is your passion, go and enjoy it. Okay. Above all else, take care. Know we all love you. Benny, I can't wait to get back Friday and get the news from Caroline. In fact, she'll probably message me.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
be like, right,
I'll wake him up.
Nikki, yeah, you go, girl. You go. Yeah, have fun, guys.
Night, Janet. And
no,
you live in Lavoo.
No, night. Live in Lavoo.
Stealth.
Take care. Love those you do. Forgive those you don't. And as always, peace and light be upon you all. This is from Kaz, Willow, Mick at Hampshire Outdoors and Survival, Mac at Urban Escapes, Owen at Life's a Hobby, Sticks at Sticks Outdoors and Bushcraft, Janet at Janet Outdoors, Kiwi at Kiwi Outdoors Apprentice, Kitten Killer, Stealth Car Camping and Outdoors, Living Lavoo, Cujo Mojo, FU Crew in Chicago. John Kennedy will probably watch this on catch up because he's away on holiday. John, love you, mate.
Sign up for your thing, Kitten Killer. I should look for you later on.
And anybody else that I haven't mentioned, Lee Michelle, and anybody else that I haven't mentioned, because I'm just going through the list that I've got in front of me here. Have an awesome week. Take care, guys. It's Mickey. Mickey out.